Welcome back. Shop Dog's out having a salad. We're back from Nashville, getting ready to work on the dog sled. So we're trying to remember what was going on. Kind of playing with stuff. Got the battery hooked back up. I know he's been trying to get the correct bushings and ball joints and everything on order.
Ordered.
It's okay, ordered. So
ordered.
You have selected that. It turned out there were quite a few options to go through on that.
And a water pump.
Yeah, we do have a water pump coming. Even though I don't know that we need it. You know, it's never going to be easier to deal with than when we... Because this brand new petcock, it doesn't petcock.
Oh, and a new petcock. So
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe one of them will work. But yeah, it's been a little while. We got to get reacquainted with what's up on Dogsled. And I think today we would like to try to do a little driving with it and see what else we need to look at. We know we've got the steering and suspension wear out issues, but we can work with that. Does cruising gauge? Does it work well enough for us to set the speedometer? A couple little minor things like that. That's our plan. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so Shop Dog's been supervising. And at this point, they're slowly getting this all cleaned out. Yeah, putting that back in. Don't forget to plug it in if it isn't. And, yeah, because I did wind up repairing that light socket. That new socket was no good. You know, that's the way it works. Well, I say it all the time, you know. Aftermarket garbage is garbage and new is not good. But, yeah, we're real excited to see if this actually drives, if we can calibrate it. A couple things. So, he just went around... check torque on all the lug nuts because we've had tires on and off so many times. We didn't want that surprise. And I think I will go kick the compressor on and we will verify that all the tires are at good pressure. Okay, so just real quick before we fire her up, I don't know if I videoed this or not. I don't remember. But I spent a little time dollying this out a little bit. This fits on there good enough that I don't know that we got to even monkey with that. I do have a forward mark, and then when this is on, it fits in there nice. You know, we're real happy with it. So we don't know about the hood yet, and we won't know that today.
Does a good job.
Shop Dog says we're gonna test and see if the Bluetooth being sitting right here with this in place is going to be a hindrance or not. So Kevin's getting ready to turn the car on and see if he can Bluetooth into it. And of course he's got a new phone.
Hey, guess what? We must have level 2 set.
Something got set because the car's moving around.
We did set level 2.
It just came up to level 2.
Yeah, it looks like level 2 needs a little adjustment.
Hey,
But
ready?
it's hard to adjust stuff like that on the lift. Okay.
WCU does not know this device. That's weird.
It doesn't know that device. It's not wrong.
Oh.
It's a new car or a new
Yeah,
phone.
new phone.
It literally does not know that device.
Ready?
Yep. Ollie says sure. Oh no. Cold starts. There she goes. There's some learning to do. Actually, there's a lot of learning to do. Okay. Yeah. So, oh yeah, she's taking air. Okay, so we had to get him the correct software, and now we will play the game and see if it works with the seat and everything. So, yeah, how crazy. You know how it is. New phone, new stuff. Yeah, he's got an error. Well, yeah, because the vehicle voltage is low because the engine isn't running. We already knew that. Shop Dog's like, oh, you guys are idiots. I just want to go for a ride. Shop Dog says, hey, it's all running. We've got it down under the seat, and he's able to make it do something. So you can see, he can still run it from way up here. So we're probably going to be able to work. Wow, yeah, now we're donking it. Or no, I don't think that's what they call that. So, yeah, now he's just goofing off, because why not? Okay, I'm now going to see what we think of the feel of the brake real quick, because I think the next step is putting this back out in the yard Oh geez, I can't even reach it. ShopDog's like, that's not fair. How come he gets to be in the car? Okay. I know they were working on a brake, so I just want to pump them up. Okay, we're in reverse. I can tell because of the camera. Okay, parking brakes released. Oh, she stops. Seems to stop. That's always good. I see Kevin in the back. I see ShopDog. So, okay, we're going to move this out. We're a little worried there may still be a brake binding issue. I felt it coming off the lift, but haven't been able to replicate it in the yard. So we're not sure yet. I think what I'm going to do is have him drive up and back doing a lot of little brakes and see if he feels it, because if he does, maybe I can see or hear it. So we'll be right back. Okay, we want to show this on camera. This is why we've ordered all of these bushings and everything. See all the rock? This one's even worse. Again? Yep. And the steering wheel shutters. Yeah, that spindle shouldn't be doing this. But we know what that is. That's all bushings and ball joints. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's moving enough that the relationship to the tie rod changes. So, you know, but other than that, the brake seems to release every time now, and it didn't. So,
The parking brake was hung up?
could have been from when we were setting the parking brake, and now it's finally released. Because remember, all of that's new in there. Yeah, God, look at how much of that moves. Do that again, Kevin. Oh boy. Yeah, that's that whole suspension moving. We know that, but that's okay. As long as you know it, you can plan for it. Well, that was weird. My phone stopped videoing. But now we have a speedo. We've gone our mile. Honestly, it seems to be driving.
Yep, we're gonna do something.
Okay, so we'll be back if anything fun happens, but right now, seems to be working. Okay, just verified our speedometer, and it is correct. I used my GPS app on my phone. I think we're going to go up here. Normally I would turn on Athens, but I think right now we're just trying to blow it out a little bit. We have plenty of fuel. I think we're going to head towards North Branch a little bit and just get a feel for the car. More importantly, let fluids do what they do. We got some work to do here, I'm sure. You know, so you can see here, everything's looking pretty reasonable. Okay, we're on a road that's reasonably cleanish. I don't see any fluids running, gushing, or dripping. There's something funny in the brake. It does not always return. We haven't figured that out yet. Is it an issue up here? Is it an issue in one of the brakes not returning? Do we have a hose? We're gonna have to diagnose that yet. But overall, oh, that's the other thing I wanted to do. Okay, that's a reasonable temperature. That one's warmish. I should have brought the temp gun instead of my finger. That one's a little warm, but not as warm as the driver's side. Okay. Yeah, if we have a dragging brake, it's not dragging by much. None of them are burn you crazy. So we're gonna drive around a little bit more yet. Okay, we've been driving a little bit, and honestly, it feels really good. We're pretty happy. The only problem we have is sometimes that brake feels like it drags, and you can literally see the pedal down, and then it'll pop up, and then everything's fine. So we got to look into that. We don't know if that's actually an issue because of the front suspension being so flexible, to use a term. But overall, yeah, this is, you know, it drives pretty good. It's got the throttle response you're expecting from a 4,500 pound car with a 250 horsepower motor. I mean, the gauges are awesome. Holy crap, is that nice. And it's comfortable. No, we're pretty happy right now. How are you feeling?
Yeah, ride is really good. It's nice that we got it on the road. We've driven how many miles so far?
10. We
10
put
miles.
10 miles plus one from the marking. But yeah, this is really, really cool. Okay, we're still looking at reasons why it might be a little hung up mechanically. Before we get into the hydraulics, let's make sure it's not a mechanical issue. But other than that, seemed to drive good. And we finally got it blown out, so all the water in the exhaust is finally gone. I have a feeling our mufflers are full from idling in the humidity. Temperature never got over 180. Drives fine, and knowing that the steering is completely sloppy and those bushings are completely gone, even knowing that, it drives pretty good actually. Drives better than a lot of old cars I've driven. Okay, he's setting up some GoPros because he's getting ready to take Mama for a ride. The big thing is, it's also salsa day, so as he's setting that up, we're getting ready for our first tasting of the day. And then he can take Mama for a ride. But yeah, it actually went really well. I'm very happy. And it never got hot. And I know there's no hood, and I know that's the whole point, but it didn't get hot, which means we don't have something underlying that we didn't know about. Okay, Shop Dog just went in to lay down for a little bit. He's still pretty tired from us traveling. So, looks like the dog sled's getting ready to go for another ride. We're already seeing the Labor Day traffic coming down. We got Pix and Jeff going for a ride, and it's just hold temp, no problem. Of course, you know, no hood.
You're going to be driving it mostly.
Okay, Mr. Benson. I'm going to run the gate.
Oh, yeah. I'll run the gate. Hop in.
Okay, everything's on. Hopefully we got our balance close enough.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, is Shop Dog in the house?
Yes.
Yep. Oh, okay, because I saw the gate open. I'm like, that's not right.
Yes, I took him in. Give her a second. Okay, there we go.
Bring all my GoPros back.
If they blow off, it ain't our fault. Get in! You gotta see how this rides with 4 people in it.
Yeah, no, I'll stay here. Okay. You guys go ahead.
demonstration ride with all the people out playing. And we're going to do another fluids check. So let's see. Nope. Not seeing any drips. Everything's dry. I did notice that we're going to tighten that AC belt a little bit. This gets a little floppy under acceleration. But other than that, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not smelling anything. Okay. It's staying nice and cool. Yeah. I think we got to adjust one rocker. We'll find out. That might be the injectors though. Yeah, I think that's actually injectors. So, yeah, no drips back there either. All right, I think it's working. Okay, and once again, temp is running exactly perfect. We got some fun old cars. You know, those old T-Birds are weird. Yeah, everything's just working. So the only issue we have is that weird brake hang sometimes, and honestly, until we pull the whole front end apart and redo the bushings and ball joints, I don't know that we're going to be able to troubleshoot that any further until then. So we'll keep that in mind. Other than that, you know, everything seems to be pretty happy. I'm real satisfied with how we're running. We're running nice and lean because we figured this engine could tolerate that. Yeah, everything's happy. What do you think, Jeff? Pretty comfortable car. But that AC belt does get a little floppy, so we'll tighten that. All right, the second voyage of Dogsled has been a success. The beeper beeps, the gate man cometh. Okay, let's have him bring the Dogsled back on. We know we got some suspension work to do, and we're still not certain about these brakes yet. We may have some work on that. Okay, oh yeah, and you didn't want to knock his cameras. No, they're not free. So look at that. This thing, considering that we know that the spindle gets moved around because the control arm bushings are bad, and we have that weird brake hang, those are the only two things that make us concerned. Other than that, you know, and hopefully in a week or two we'll have the control arm bushings and we can deal with that. And at the same time, he bought new tie rod ends and everything because it's already all apart. Might as well do it then. And we are doing ball joints, even though I think there's only one bad one. If we've already got the control arms out, you'd be silly not to just do them all. Especially since every one of them is still riveted, which means they're all factory. So those are from 1966. Dogsled works. This is pretty cool. We found that to be quite fun, going for a ride. Well, we've decided to go for one more ride. Why not? It is a big car. Gotta be careful on the lift. That's why the backup camera. Oh, God, that looks good running, doesn't it? Yeah, that's that weird where it shifts. But we know what that is. We can fix it. It's kind of neat to watch it do it. Okay, so Dogsled's at the gas station for the first time. We're going to see how easy it is to fill. Those liquids were there before we got here, so I don't care. That's somebody's AC. What I'm looking for is liquids on the cross member. Nope, cross member is still bone dry. That makes us happy. Yeah, every now and then we hear a squeaky belt, but we happen to know that this one is a little loose. I don't think we tightened it up when we did the valve covers, so we'll get that one snug. Everything else feels pretty decent. Yeah, I don't smell anything weird. I don't see anything weird. So, Alright, and it's not those weird California bellows, so at least you can put fuel in.
All the way in.
Yeah, we're at the top, so I mean, where's it gonna go? Okay, now we're heading down a bumpier road, and he's discovering, you know, steering kind of wanders a little. We figured it would. But don't worry, all that stuff's on order. We can only do 50 things at a time. On the upside, I'm pretty happy how much stuff works.
Thanks for watching.
It's not the end. We need ShopDog for the end. And with that, I think Dogsled mostly works. That brake thing is, we got to figure that out. But other than that, this thing, God, it just goes down the road so nice. What more do you want? Point, guys. What would we say?
We drove 30 miles in the dog sled today. Thanks for watching.